Some people may wonder why I share my faith with people. Well, I'd like to answer with a parable. Let's call it the parable of the burning house. It took place in a huge house. And in this house, there were different rooms, different compartments, and people from every nation, every tribe, and every tongue under the heavens. And in this house, there was a big party. And the people in the house were very much distracted by the pleasures within that house and totally oblivious to everything that was happening outside the house. And they were partying. But suddenly, amongst all those that were in the house, one of them, named Alex, discovered a door. And on that door, there was an inscription with the letters J-E-S-U-S. And as he looked at the name on this door, it was pulling on the strings of his heart. And he found himself calling on that name. And he said, Jesus. And once he said Jesus, immediately he found himself outside the house. And he looked around him and he saw that he was in a kingdom of light. There was light everywhere. And before him, he saw the king of that kingdom. And the king of that kingdom knew his name and called him and said, "Welcome, Alex." And Alex was given the living waters and food that truly satisfies. And for the first time in his life, he knew that he was alive and he was satisfied and made whole. But then the king pointed to the house that Alex had left. And when Alex looked, to his horror, he realized that the house was on fire and it was becoming more and more engulfed by the moment. So he expressed his desire to run back into that house so that he could save as many as he could. But the king gave him a stern warning never to return into that house, lest he would perish there. But rather, Alex was given a mandate to save as many as he could in that house, but from his newfound position in that kingdom of light. So without wasting a second, Alex ran and got to a place where he could lift up his voice so that those in the house could hear him through a window. And he called out to them and said, "Leave the house, come out, go through the door, the Jesus door, and be saved." But those in the house mocked him. Those in the house laughed at him. Some of them even said, "You're such a party pooper. Why are you here? We're having a great time. Be gone. Go away. Our favorite song is playing." But Alex never gave up on them. He kept on because he knew what their end would be if they remained in the house. But even though the majority seemed to mock him, there was one person amongst them that heard his message. Jane, she couldn't get his message out of her heart or her mind. It kept replaying within her. There was a sense of urgency about what he was saying. and she found herself in front of the door. And as she looked at the inscription, the name was pulling on the strings of her own heart. And she called out that name, Jesus, and suddenly found herself outside the house. She was in the kingdom of light. She saw what she had never even known existed, and there was no darkness there. Before her was the king of that kingdom, and he called her by name. Welcome, Jane. And Jane, like Alex, had the greatest encounter that had ever taken place in her life. She was satisfied. She was whole. And with the joy, the peace, and the love that she just found, she wanted to share it with those she knew she had left behind. So she found herself joining Alex to frantically wave her arms and to lift her voice so that as many as were in the house and that would hear her would receive that message. So I end this parable by asking you, should Alex, Jane, or even myself keep quiet about that door? That is why I share my faith.